If you get confused in these type of sentences, like what preposition you should use in, on, at, for, since, then this video is for you, because in today's video I will explain this concept in the simplest way possible with the help of some real life examples, so that you can remember this forever. No confusion, only clarity. So watch this video till the end to see the magic, and let's get started. First, I will tell you about since and for. Okay, I will give you the comparison here for the better understanding. First, let's talk about this since. We use since to tell the starting point. मतलब कोई काम कब start हुआ है. For example, I can say, I have been waiting since 5 p.m. I have been waiting since 5 p.m. So here 5 p.m. is the starting point of my wait. Another example, I have been living in Bangalore since 2021. Here 2021 is again the starting point of me living in Bangalore. Another example, we have known each other since childhood. We have known each other since childhood. So these are major applications where we use since. So if you notice, these are some starting points: time, year, day, and childhood. And now let's talk about for. For we use for the duration of time. मतलब कोई काम कितने टाइम से हो रहा है. Since starting point, मतलब कोई काम कब से हो रहा है. For कितने टाइम से हो रहा है, duration. For example, I have been waiting for 2 hours. I have been waiting for 2 hours. Here 2 hours is the duration. I have been living in Bangalore for 5 years. 5 years duration. And final example, we have known each other for a long time. And if you notice in these examples, we were talking about duration. Now for the comparison, see the difference since and for. For since, we were talking about the starting point, and for duration of the time. I have taken the similar examples for the better understanding. And I hope this will clear all the doubts, like where to use since and where to use for. And now let's talk about prepositions of time. At, on, and in. I will explain this one by one and then let you know the difference so that you can get the clarity here. So we use at for exact time. For example, at 5 a.m., at 7 a.m., at night. Then in this, I can give you one example. I wake up at 7 a.m. And on we use for days and dates. For example, I can say, I work on Monday. So Monday is a day. So we use for days. Dates as in my birthday is on June 5th. My birthday is on June 5th. So again, for birthday or any special day, we use on. Any special day as in, I can say, we met on Holi. We met on Diwali. So in this case also we use on. But again, we are talking about day here. It can be a normal day or any special day. And we also use for weekdays and weekends. For example, I can say, I work on weekdays, not on weekends. I don't work on weekends. So here, these are some examples where we use on. Basically, we use for days, any special day or normal day, and dates. And now, in. In we use for months, years, and seasons. For example, I can say, I travel in July. So here I'm talking about a month, in July. Another example, I moved here in 2021. In 2021. And for season, I can say, we travel in the winter. We travel in the winter. In the winter. So we use in for months, years, and seasons. Now these are the different situations where we use at, on, and in. With this comparison, you will remember easily. At, on, and in. Please remember this and start using it. And now let's talk about two very important prepositions, between and among. So if you get confused like where to use between and where to use among, then watch this. Between, we use between when we talk about two things or two people. For example, I can say the ball is between two boxes, two things. The child is between his parents. So here there are two people and the child is between them. And among we use when we talk about more than two people or two things. For example, I can say she is standing among the crowd. She is standing among the crowd. There are more than two people and she is standing among them. And another example, the flower is among the other flowers. The flower is among the other flowers. And now, before going ahead, tell me one thing. In this case, this guy is going in the cafe or into the cafe? What are we going to use here? In or into? So, if you get confused in such situations, again, let's see the difference between this in and into. So, where to use in and into? We use into when there is a movement from outside to inside. Movement from outside to inside. And in for position where there is no movement. No movement. For example, I can say, in this case, this guy is going into the cafe. And in this case, you can say, the guy is in the cafe. No movement. He's already inside the cafe. And I hope this clears your doubt. Into and in, movement and no movement. And final, let's talk about preposition of places. At, on, and in. So first, let's talk about at. At we use for specific point or specific location. For example, I can say at home. I am at home. I am waiting at bus stop. Bus stop, a specific location. I am waiting at the cafe. I am waiting at the cafe. Again, specific location. Basically, we use at for any specific location, address, or any event. And on we use for surface, any type of surface. For example, I can say this book is on the table. Table, that surface. This book is on the table. This picture is on the wall. This picture is on the wall. Wall is also a surface, so we can use on for this too. And in we use when something is inside a space, inside something. For example, I can say she is in the room. She is in the room. Another example, they are in the building. In the building. They are in the building. And we use in for cities and countries. For example, I can say I live in Bangalore. I live in Bangalore. I live in India. I live in India. And for better understanding, see this comparison where to use at, on, and in. So try to remember this, not hard to understand because I have written some examples that you can use in your day-to-day life. And what you can do here is you can use these prepositions in your reference, like where can you use all of this. And thank you so much for watching this video till the end. See you in the next video.